We are the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC. I hope you're ready for some movie reviews because we got some good ones for you today. All right, we've got the movie Running Scared. We'll also be reviewing the Minions movie, which came out this summer, and we'll finish it all off with Batteries Not Included. We'll have Sabrina J. join us here in just a few minutes, but first, we've got our good friend Maisha in the studio. Maisha, how are you this evening?
I'm great.
It's good to see you. We love you we love to have you on the show. You always pick some good films, and this time it's no different. The first film you picked for us this evening is called Running Scared, and it stars Paul Walker?
Yes. I am...
What? See, I don't mean to say anything negative about you, but I was actually, when you picked this film and when I watched it, I was like, this doesn't seem like a Maisha film. It didn't.
Why?
Because it's action, there's killing, there's cussing, there's all this cool stuff in it. And I was like, Maisha likes this movie? Really?
It's one of my favorites.
Really?
I do like a lot of action movies. I do like my mom won't watch 300, but I love 300. I watch it every time.
This is Sparta.
Right, but I'm a nerd, and I like it because I watched the documentary.
Okay.
The Last Stand of the 300 at Thermopylae. Mm-hmm. But this movie, I saw it when I lived in Indiana.
Okay.
And it intrigued me. I've always been a big proponent of taking care of children and being very protective over kids. And the character of Oleg, the little boy, he mesmerized me. His whole storyline. I mean, he had this horrible stepfather. I mean, living next door. You've got this seemingly perfectly normal family, even though Paul Walker is into some very shady business. Yeah. But they seem from the outside like a very normal cookie cutter family. And right. He's got his little boy who's got this friend next door, and this little boy is just being tortured. You know, these horrible marks on his back, and eventually, I mean, the story spiraled so far out of control so quickly that it was such a roller coaster ride.
So we learned that Paul Walker, he's the main star in this film, mm-hmm. but we learned that he's not a good guy as far as the fact that he works for a criminal boss,
yeah, exactly,
mafia type folks.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the attitude, he's got the swagger, he's got it all. So that's what I mean. Even though they live in this perfect kind of white picket fence kind of thing, he's not like that at all.
No, and what I really love about it is that it makes you think whenever you drive by these really nice homes in our everyday lives, and I have a dark mind, I guess, and I always think, I'm always like, I bet something terrible is going on in this house, and I shouldn't think that way, but it's movies like this that make you realize, like, how do you really get your money? You know? Who do you really do? You could be a very shady character.
Yeah.
But I did like that his wife, she took a very important role in this movie. I mean, the little boy ended up shooting the stepfather and hiding his gun, and how creepy. I have to bring up this scene. How creepy was it when he was snatched by the Purge family?
Yeah.
And he's coming, oh no, these are our kids. And you have no pictures, and they've got these plastic in this room. And
I tell you what, man, all these characters in this film have run into the worst luck you could possibly imagine.
I mean, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
It does. It does. I had never seen this film. I had never heard about this film, and I'm kind of a Paul Walker fan. There's some films I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, I like him, and other films I'm like, he's just a pretty boy kind of thing. But this one, there was a lot of depth to his character, and you really, really have to, I don't want to say pay attention, but you can't go away and get some popcorn because you're going to miss something, and it's all exciting. It's like it's like a race, going from one scene to another and another and another. So I mean, this is high adrenaline, edge of your seat kind of stuff.
It is.
It's.
I knew you'd like it.
So I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, yeah, Maisha picked this? Really?
I do.
Cool.
I like it. My husband was very surprised.
I was going to ask you about that. You showed it to your husband. What were his thoughts? He
really liked it, and he kept looking at me. Same kind of thought you did. He said, "This is your movie?" He said, "We don't watch movies like this." Yeah. I told him, You need to watch it. I think, for me, it spoke on a lot of different levels. On a very serious note, it's pay attention. Sometimes pay attention to your neighbors. When you think something, especially children, if you think something is wrong, something is probably wrong. And just like I said, that scene with the creepy Purge family and this couple, and they're taking these kids, they look like a perfectly normal.
Yeah, they did.
You wouldn't think that they'd have plastic in their house and are murdering children. And so it just made you really aware that you need to keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
We can't walk around with, like, well, it's not my business, because if it's not your business, somebody could die.
That's right.
Hence the movie. So that's another reason why I really loved it.
I loved the action in this film. I love the cinematography, and I love the editing. There was so many clever different edits in this film. I can't remember the scene exactly, but there was this character who had sunglasses on, and the camera movement, it's kind of like a medium shot, and the camera kind of goes up to where his sunglasses are, and you see headlights of a car in his sunglasses, and it goes into the next scene. There was just so many cool different editing tricks that were in this film. So me being a movie nerd, a technical movie nerd, with things like that, you can appreciate the skill and the time that it took to do scenes like that. So I appreciate stuff like that, and I really enjoyed that part in the movie. So
I missed that.
well, it's each person notices different things. So we should probably tell folks that this isn't a kids movie.
Oh, absolutely not. Do not watch this with children.
I'm assuming it's rated R, because it does have a lot of cussing in it, and I think it has like one kind of sensual scene in there. No nudity or anything like that,
No.
but there is cussing and violence, and
There's prostitution. There's
giddy up, man, giddy up. It's called.
They left nothing out.
It's called Running Scared. It's a good pick there by Maisha, and you can find it on DVD. Coming up after the break, we're going to kind of do a 180, and we're going to review a kids movie. It's called Minions, and we'll do that next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.